Hello, I'm Hetty and I work at Newquay Community Orchard. I'm the Sustainable Landscapes Manager there. I'm here today to talk about St Piran's Festival online. I'm so happy that St Piran's Festival is going to be able to go ahead this year, despite lockdown and everything. So yeah, St Piran's Festival is online, hooray! And I'm really chuffed that Newquay Community Orchard is going to be a part of that celebration. So I'm going to be there talking about wildflowers, and I really hope that later on this spring you can all come along to Newquay Community Orchard and enjoy the fantastic swathes of wildflowers that are going to be growing there. There's so much going on at the orchard this year, and we really want our community to come along and enjoy this fantastic green space in the heart of Newquay. So yeah, here's to St Piran's Festival online. Hey everyone, so today's wildflower is the poppy, or sometimes known as the corn poppy, and you can see we've got some fabulous examples of these growing up the espalier at the moment at Newquay Orchard. Now the corn poppy is a really special flower, close to many people's hearts, as it's now used as a flower of remembrance for those that were lost in the First World War. And the reason for that was after the war was over and the battlefields were all ploughed over, thousands and thousands of poppies came over and grew up on those fields. Before then, in our cornfields all over the UK, poppies used to grow prolifically in those fields, and were a real sight to see. Unfortunately, because of industrial agriculture and the use of herbicides, poppies and all the other flowers that used to grow amongst the corn are not to be seen so much anymore. But in small pockets around the country, you can see them come through, maybe with organic growing practices. So the poppy is in the Papaver family, and the Latin name for the corn poppy is Papaver rojas, because of its beautiful red colour. Poppies have lovely hairy stems, as you can see, and I love the way that their flower buds look like they're fast asleep, and then as they ripen and get ready to flower, they slowly unfurl and lift up to the sun. As you can see in front of me, I hope there's loads of bee action going on here, so they're a great pollinator flower, and we can use them too. You can see here these lovely, the seed heads. They're filled with these lovely little tiny slate black seeds, which are often used in bakery, put on breads and pastry to give a nice crunchy texture. I love these seed pods too. They look beautiful when they're all dried up, and they act like a pepper pot. Little holes open when they're all dried up, and the wind and being shaken around knocks all these thousands of seeds, and that's why so many come up year on year. So yeah, there's the corn poppy. Hello, so today we're going to focus on the corn cockle as our wildflower, and there is a corn cockle with its beautiful hot pink petals right in the middle of the screen there. Now the corn cockle was once a very common flower, again seen in cornfields growing away, but from the 1950s onwards there's been a steep decline, and it's now critically endangered. These corn cockles we've introduced to Newquay Orchard in a wildflower seed collection. So it's in the same family as the red campions, and its Latin name is Agrostemma Githego, which is interesting, but it's got loads and loads of common names. But it's a very, very pretty plant. Farmers really tried their hardest to get rid of it from cornfields because it is toxic, and the seeds if they get in amongst the corn, can make bread taste bitter. So it's not an ideal plant to have in a meadow that's being grazed, but it's perfect for Newquay Orchard's landscape. Another great plant for pollinators and just adding lots of beauty to the Newquay Orchard site. Hi, so today's wildflower is, let's get a little closer, is the wild carrot, Daucus carota. And another common name for the wild carrot is Queen Anne's lace. These flowers haven't quite opened yet, but it's normally got a really frothy white big flower, a bit like cow parsley. It's in the same family as cow parsley. So a really stunning wildflower that's sort of dotted about Newquay Orchard. You can also see it grows a lot along our coastline. On our coastline it's a lot more stunted because of the wind and the sort of harsh conditions. So the wild carrot is edible, but the root is really, really stringy and tough and a bit less palatable than the carrots we have growing in our gardens. You can see it's got these beautiful thrilly, frothy bipinnate and tripinnate leaves there. But there we go, the wild carrot, or Queen Anne's lace. Hey! So I'm right down here in some short-ish grass at Newquay Orchard, and I just thought I'd talk about two more teeny tiny but fabulous wildflowers that are growing at Newquay Orchard, and they're the clovers. So we've got a profusion of red clover, Trifolium pratense, and white clover, Trifolium repens, growing all across Newquay Orchard. And these tiny but wonderful things are members of the pea family. They don't really look like it, do they? Until you look really, really, really closely at the flowers. And a good thing to have if you're looking at wildflowers is a hand lens. And when you look closely, all those little teeny tiny pink flowers look a little bit like pea flowers. You can see the shape. So yeah, they're a member of the pea family, the Fabaceae. So they're really, really useful for the soil. They fix nitrogen, and they're again a really, really fantastic pollinator plant. The bees absolutely adore them. They're one of the common names for the white clover, the little white clover. So this one here is honeycups. It's also called sheepy bars as well, which I thought was really cute. Or it's also called, another one was bee bread, and that's because inside one of these, each of these little flowers, is a tiny drop of nectar or honey, and children used to suck at the ends of the flowers. I've never actually done this. I used to do that with dead nettle flowers. But yeah, bee bread, white clover, stunning, aren't they? Also well known as a good luck charm. So if you find a 4-leaf clover accidentally, it's meant to give you good luck. And there you go, the wonderful clovers.